words have changed the world.
Hello, and welcome back to the world of assassination and the subscriber contracts. And today's contract, Versatile Creek, set in Whittleton Creek. And the contract ID is up on the screen now for anyone who wishes to have a go at it, and has been supplied to us today courtesy of Paul Anderson 37. So on to our briefing, and there isn't one, so we'll just say that our targets today have been rather naughty and they need to be punished. And speaking of targets, today we have 5 of them. All must be eliminated whilst wearing our suit. 1 with injected poison, 1 with a pistol, 1 with a fiber wire, 1 via drowning, and 1 via an accident explosion. We also have only the 1 exit available. We can only get headshots, we cannot be spotted, we cannot have any bodies found, and that doesn't include accidents, and no pacifications, no recordings, and we cannot change disguise as our objectives. So for today's challenge, we will be starting at the default location, and we're going to have a lethal syringe stored up in the park shed, and we'll be bringing with us our ever trusty lockpick, a fiber wire, and our silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we're going to go and retrieve our lethal syringe first of all. So we're just going to head straight for the park shed here and grab our syringe. There we go, and we can now begin. So we're going to head straight to our first target, who is somewhat isolated from the others. He is, I think it's Jed West, Helen West's son, and he is on the first floor of the Wilson's property, and he is all alone and isolated, so we can run all the way straight there. We're just going to burst into the room, syringe in hand, and it is Mr. West. He will then promptly say that he is leaving, which gives us the opportunity to get behind him and inject him with our poison. So that's 1 target taken care of. So now we can head off and prepare for the rest of them. So we're going to head down the stairs and out through the back of the Wilson's property. We're going to make our way around to Helen West's house, but we're going to pick up an item along the way. So we're going to grab the propane cylinder here from the Hanson's property. That's the house with the boat outside. And then we can make our way around the map. It's a bit of a trek going this way, but we have to go this way to avoid going through Janus's garden, where we will be trespassing. So all the way around the map, when we get to the muffin van, this is our next target right here, except she's not actually our next target. We will deal with her last. So we're just going to throw our propane cylinder by the front wheel of the van there, and we will come back to that later on. So in the meantime, we are going to duck into Helen West's garden, down into the basement, and through and into the house. But we're going to stop at the top of the basement stairs. We don't actually want to enter the house, we just want to unlock the door and hopefully trigger a conversation between Mr. Burton, or Barton I think it is, and Helen West. So once that conversation is well underway, we can now return to the stairs here and wait, make sure we close the door behind us, and eventually the postman will arrive at the front door and distract Helen West. And at that point, Mr. Burton should leave. Now, if he doesn't, it doesn't really change very much, only how we deal with Miss West's body. So as you can see, Helen is now heading to the door and Mr. Burton is leaving. So all we have to do, if he leaves or not, is exit and eliminate Helen West. Now, if Mr. Burton has left, we can take Helen down into the basement. If he has stuck around and stays in the kitchen, we can drag her upstairs to the first floor. So, into the furnace you go, and we may as well get rid of the evidence. There we go, lovely, nice and toasty. So, we have 3 targets left. One is already at death's door, shall we say. We're going to make our way into the kitchen now and take care of the other 2, Mr. Burton and one of the so-called gardeners. So we're just going to select our silence pistol. Now, depending on your run through and your timing, either one of these 2 could come back to the house first, or they could even come back together. In that case, you'll just have to wait them out until you can get one of them alone. So for this particular run, Mr. Burton is the first to return, and he is the pistol elimination. So once he stops moving, we can then pull out our silence pistol, shoot him in the head, and put him down with Mrs. West. We won't bother with the incineration this time. So if we've timed this just about right, which looks perfect here, luckily for us, our next target will be making his way into the bathroom, and he is the accident drowning kill. So we can just get behind him and dunk his head down the toilet. I'm hoping the kimono will block any unnecessary censorship from YouTube. So that leaves us with our final target, who is ready and waiting. All we're going to do is make our way out of the living room window, hop back over the fence, and we're just going to wait by the bench here on our left. And when the young lady finishes her inventory, she is going to move closer to the van, unfortunately on the far side of it. But when she does, we can then pull out our silence pistol and blow up the propane cylinder. Just be aware of other pedestrians on the street. Depending on your timing, there may be someone passing. So there goes our final target. All that's left for us to do is to make good our escape, and our one and only exit is the bus stop exit, which is luckily enough my default exit for this level for the most part. So we're just going to jog straight over there and just catch the bus. And as we're prepared for it, we may as well head off home for a nice hot cup of cocoa. So we have confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan, and we have met all of our objectives, of which there was quite a few this time round, but we managed to get through it no problems. And we get our Silent Assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.